Okay. And who's from Sirsi here? Oh, great. Wonderful. Good. Uh, okay. So during the course of the program, this session, I will need some volunteers, okay, who will have to read out. So I request Kiranji to note down those who volunteer. So those who wish to volunteer, at least 10 I will need. Please raise your hands. All right. So Kiranji, please note down these names. After every slide, they'll have to read out the slide basically.
Okay.
All right. So we are good to go. Okay. So as what I'll do is I'll just be switching off my video and yeah. All right. Next slide, I think. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಈಗ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಓದ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬಹುದು. ಈಗ ಮಹಾಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಯಾರು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಂತ ಒಂದು ಕೈ ಹಾಕಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಪಿತಾಮಹನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವರ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವನು ಇಚ್ಛಾಮರಣಿ. ಅವನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕು ಆವಾಗ ಅವನು ಸಾಯಬಹುದು. ಆ ತರದ ಒಂದು ಇಚ್ಛಾಮರಣಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವನು 700-800 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬದುಕಿದ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡಿದ, ಅವನು ರಾಜ ಆಗ್ಬಹುದಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸಿಂಹಾಸನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಪವರ್ ನಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸಿಂಹಾಸನವನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೂಎವರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಚೇರ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡಿದ. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಾರಣವಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಕಥೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ಅವನು ಯಾವ ತರ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸಿದ, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅದು ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭೀಷ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪವನ್ನ ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಪಾಲಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ. ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ನಾವು ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಾವು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದಿಂದ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸುವುದು. ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಾಧಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಿರಬಹುದು? ಮೇ ಬಿ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಬರುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ನಾನು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಜನರಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಏನೋ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ತರದ್ ನಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದಿಂದ ಸಿದ್ಧಿವರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದಿಂದ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಪ್ಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಪ್ಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ವೋ ಏನಂತೀವಿ, that should be repeated every day for ourselves. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೋರ್ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಪ್ಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಪ್ಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಪ್ಲೆಡ್ಜಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಈ ಸಮುತ್ಕರ್ಷದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಮೇಧಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಳೆದ 4 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಮುತ್ಕರ್ಷದ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್, when throughout my life I need to remember this beautiful experience of being part of Shraddha and Medha, then I will have to do something unique. So to complete that process, let us take certain pledges today and we will talk about that. So ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದಿಂದ ಸಾಧನೆ, ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದಿಂದ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ, ಇದನ್ನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, so we'll go further as it progresses. Next slide. Okay, so the first pledge is based on our ethos. Most of these pledges are based on what is called as the Indian ethos. Now the Indian ethos is basically based on certain features or certain commands that was given in the Vedas. ನಮ್ದೇನು ಮೂಲ ಗ್ರಂಥ ವೇದಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಏನು ಸತ್ಯಂ ವದ ಧರ್ಮಂ ಚರ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಸತ್ಯಂ ವದ ಧರ್ಮಂ ಚರ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮದ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾರತೀಯರಾಗಿ ನಾವಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಡೇ? These are not some religious text. These are practical, applicable ideas of being good. So one of the important thing is I will always speak the truth. I will not deviate and be devious. Second is I will always do what is right. So what is right andaga, what is good for my family, my society and my nation, ee mooru first barutte. Anything that is not good for my family, my society or my nation becomes wrong, how much ever attractive it is. So ee tarada kelondu simple things. Or I will always stand against injustice, uphold ethical values and strive to create a world where truth and dharma guide all actions. So satyam vada dharmam chara is not only about telling the truth all the time, it is also about being right all the time. So idu yav tara antandre, there are so many ways. In small ways also it can transcend. ಈಗ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಂದು ಚೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಸಿಯಪ್ಪ ಚೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಒಂದ್ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಪಿ. Somebody says, no, why are you doing it? Just go to internet, do something, download, copy and paste. Why you are wasting time? There will be so many people who will tell. Now there is chat GPT. Why you want to again write and all that? Just go Google, search. Let us submit assignments. Don't worry. This is a very simple exam. You can just, we'll copy each other and pass. So so many things will be there in small ways. Or no, we'll go to school and then we'll go here, there without informing our parents. It could be that. It could be maybe I'm yet to get my license, but let me just drive a bike somewhere. Let me try without license. There are so many small things, but small things ultimately lead to bigger evils in our life. So that is why Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. This is one of the first pledge that all of us should take. Now, who was the one who actually volunteered for this? The first one will start reading this pledge very slowly, and others will be on mute, but they will all repeat it aloud. Yaru the first?
Yeah, Amulya.
I pledge to always speak the truth, Satyam Vada, with courage and integrity, knowing that honesty is the foundation of a just life. I'll follow the path of righteousness, Dharmam Chara, fulfilling my duties towards my family, society and nation with sincerity and fairness. I'll stand against injustice, uphold ethical values, and strive to create a world where truth and dharma guide all actions.
With this pledge,
I commit to living a life of truth, duty, and moral excellence.
Okay, one more. Next one. Again, read the same thing from top. It is Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara.
Om Patil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can start, but start reading from the top.
Sir, I pledge
Pledge of truth and righteousness.
pledge of truth and
Righteousness.
righteousness.
Righteousness is being right all the time.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Satyam vada dharm chara. Speak the truth, follow righteousness.
Righteousness. Hmm.
I pledge to always speak the truth. Satyam vada. With courage and integrity, knowing that honesty is the foundation of a just life. I will follow the path of righteousness, dharma chara, fulfilling my duties towards my family, society, and nation with sincerity and fairness. I will stand against injustice, uphold eth- ethical values, and
Strive to
strive
create.
strive to create a world where truth and dharma guide all actions. With this pledge, I commit to live a life of truth, duty, and moral excellence. Thank you.
Good. Thank you to both of you. Wonderful. So, as you say, there are certain words which you might find difficult. I request all of you to go through them in your dictionaries and find out the true meaning of it. And also, all of you must discuss this with your parents also. And maybe probably you can take a printout of this and put in your uh, place of study and go through it every day. This will guide you throughout your life. And once you practice this and say it every day, every time you feel like doing something wrong, that deep inside, you know it is wrong, it will stop you. Right? It is dharmam chara satyam vada. Vada is different. Vada is just vada. Vada means always speak the truth. Next.
Sir, what is that
Yeah.
righteousness?
Righteousness is being right all the time. ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸರಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಸರಿಯಾಗದ್ದನ್ನ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡುದು, ಅದು ಬೀಂಗ್ ರೈಚಿಯಸ್. ಈಗ there are people like, Swatantra Veera Savarkar was there. Swatantra Veera Savarkar was in the most difficult jail for many, many years. And he was told many times, you just do this, you'll say something like this, you do this, we will release you. Anta British bhala avar mele pressure hakidru. But he was so righteous that he inflicted self, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಕೂಡ, he did not move from the righteousness. You all must have seen the movie Chhava. ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ? So,
Yes, sir.
Shivaji's son Sambhaji
Yes, sir.
was put under extreme physical pressure by Aurangzeb. He said, you convert to Islam, I will give you everything and you will be free. But he was so righteous that he stood ground and said, I will protect my dharma. I will protect my Hinduism, my elders' religion, my Sanatan dharma. And death is fine with me, but I will not move from the on the path of being right. So that is righteousness. Okay. Next.
Yeah, this is second slide, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. No problem. So this is like the pledge of karma. Okay. So here what happens, this is one very unique character. So ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಯಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸೇ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. 15ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ರಿವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಕರ್ಮ ಥಿಯರಿ, you go to the street and every Indian will tell you some philosophy. ಹಾಗೆ ಸರ್, ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಆಗೋ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, and all that. Andre, we are, even in school, people know something about life. So karma, the idea that, what you do, so you get. There is a law of, action and reaction. So every action will have a consequence. So this is a unique Indian ethos, very unique to India, and the whole world has adopted it. like yoga. It's a very unique Indian knowledge system. The whole world has adopted today. So since time immemorial, since the days of Pythagoras and the Greek philosophers, 2000 years and above, there are writings in Greek and in Latin and other languages which refer to the Indian concept of karma. They actually talk about it. Hence, this is a pledge of karma that we all should say, that we should know that our action will have consequence. When we are honest, it has its own long-term consequence. Once people know that this is an honest girl and this is an honest boy or this is an honest man, that honesty takes a long time. Takes us to a long road. Because whatever you say, whatever situation you are in, when people know you are honest, they are going to help you. And when you show kindness to others, or kindness to an animal, kindness towards nature, kindness towards a situation, it will come back to you. So again, because it will come back, or because I'll get some punya, you are not doing it. You are doing it for the sake of doing it. So that is what is called as nishkama karma. That is, without any expectation, you do work that is allotted to you. There is a major teaching of our Bhagavad Gita, which is the teaching by Krishna himself. So we should remember all the time. Okay, instead of criticizing a situation, instead of saying, this is not happening, that is not happening, he is not doing good work. If supposing you are working in a group, avanu sari work marta illa, he is not this, he is lazy, why should only I do the work? It is nothing like that. It is the whole point is, whatever work that is allotted to me, whether I am doing it correctly or no. That is very important. We should be our own best judge. Right? So again, that is what related to. I am going to choose dharma every time. Just because others are doing, in a classroom, so many people are doing all the, they are copying, they are getting more marks, fine, let them get. There are shortcuts will not lead you to great heights. There is a very simple saying, the more shortcut you take, the more deeper you go into the jungle rather than into the main road. So shortcuts are not the kind of road you should be taking, right? So this is the pledge of karma. Every time we are going to say, I am going to follow the path of good karma, right? So now, who are the volunteers for this? The first one started.
Samarth Begur.
Yep, start. Samarth.
I pledge to act with honesty, kindness, and responsibility, knowing that every action has a consequence. I will practice selfless service, nishkama karma, doing my duty without selfish expectations, as taught in the Bhagavad Gita. I will always choose righteousness, dharma, over shortcuts, believing that God deeds lead
Good
to
deeds.
positive outcomes for myself and my society. With this pledge, I commit to a life integrity, purpose, and selfless action.
Good. Great. So anybody else? Next, second one. Read
Sandhya Shetty.
Sandhya, read from first top, pledge of karma, and read aloud. And everybody on the mute should read this aloud. Say it aloud at your home, wherever you are. Yeah, Shetty. Go on. Just check.
Himaya. Himaya Patil.
Himaya, unmute your mic.
I think there is some issue. Anyone else?
Anil said,
Laws of, pledge of karma, the law of action and consequence. I pledge to act with honesty, kindness, and responsibility, knowing that every action has a consequence. I will practice selfless service, nishkama karma, doing my duty without selfish expectations as taught in the Bhagavad Gita. I will always choose righteousness, dharma, over shortcuts, believing that good deeds lead to positive outcomes for myself and society. With this pledge, I commit to a life of integrity, purpose, and selfless action. Thank you.
Okay, great. Next slide. So this is the pledge of universal well-being. Okay. So this is, we have this whole thing of Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramaya. You must have heard this a lot. This is also very, very unique to our country. Imagine a country for thousands and thousands and thousands of years which believed that Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. We are not going to invade anybody. We are going to give knowledge and we are going to spread awareness about this world and self-discovery to the world. We don't say, my religion is great, your religion is not great. If you don't believe in my God, I am going to kill you. If you don't come to my God, you are never going to go to heaven. We have never said that. We said, Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. If you want to go to the God, there are many ways. So one of the way is this way, one of the ways that way. There are thousands of ways. All ways are good because they all lead to the same God. So like this, our main ethos is Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu, which in the modern times we have to uphold. Also, as part of that, it is also Atiti Devo Bhava. You must have heard it everywhere. No country in the world, no religion in the world, no part of the world has ever evolved such beautiful thoughts. One is Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. So anybody who comes to me is God, is a form of God. So Atiti Devo Bhava. When you come as an Atiti, I am going to respect you. I am not going to doubt you at all. First, I am going to give you water, food, see that you are comfortable, and then I will talk to you. So these are very unique to our country. And finally, what does it transcend into? It transcends into the whole very famous, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudha is an alternative name to Mother Earth. So the whole earth is one single family. The world is one. So this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is part of the Veda. That means for lakhs of years, we have known that my action in Bharat will have an action in Europe, will have a reaction in Russia, and vice versa. Today, people are talking about global, globe as one family, why pollution is so bad for us, the greenhouse effect and all that. But our people, our ancestors knew about this for a very long time. If I put some kind of a toxic air in my plot, will it only remain in my plot? That air is going to travel to the next plot, next town, next city, next country. Hence, this whole concept, the America put atomic bomb in Japan. But did that only restrict to Japan? It spread into entire Asia. A lot of people are, affected. And that is why if there is a factory which is toxic, and if it is giving out, very toxic water out, and if they are putting up into the Yamuna river, is it going to only affect that factory and people? No. Through the river, it is going to affect lakhs of population. So how you treat Mother Earth has an impact on the whole globe. Similarly, how you treat other people has an impact on the whole society and the whole globe. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. The minute you start believing in it, then you will respect. Because in the family, no two people are going to be same. Like your father, your uncle is not going to be there. Like your mother, your maushi or your mommy is not going to be same. But they're all needed. They're all ultimately that is what makes a family a family. Like you, your cousins will not be there, your sister will not be there, your brother will not be there. That doesn't mean they are bad. Each one is needed. Each taste is needed, right? So you can't be sweet. You can't be eating sweet all the time. You will need different taste. So similarly, different people are needed. So you cannot say that you are bad, you are this, you are that. No, that is not our concept. So we believe in the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and we also believe in the fact that Sarve Santu Niramaya, let all be very Arogyavanta. Let them be well. So let them be happy, let them be well. That is our very important Indian ethos. So let us pledge that we will follow this Indian ethos in our entire lifetime. So I'll need one volunteer for this. Who will read this? Fast.
Shiza.
Pledge for universal well-being, respect, and hospitality.
Hospitality is again treating people well, atithi, how you treat them. Yeah.
Pledge to live by the sacred values of my culture, guided by the wisdom of our ancestors. I
Yeah.
will strive for the happiness and well-being of all, remembering the prayer Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramaha. May all be happy, may all be free from suffering. I will always act with kindness and compassion, helping those in need and spreading positivity in society. I will uphold the spirit of Atithi Devo Bhava, treating every guest with warmth,
Warmth, respect, and love.
respect and love. I will respect my elders, care for my parents, and honor my teachers, learning from their wisdoms and guidance. Always in shall remember that Vasudhaiva Kutumbaha. The word is one family.
Yes, thank you. So this is a very important pledge. The minute you believe that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family, then you will naturally be good to others. The whole idea that, I am better, he is not good, she is lower than me, all that will not come in our mind. Okay. So, and this is a very important Indian ethos. You all must have known when Corona struck, Bharat was the first country to discover one of the cheapest antidote for it. And we did not wait. The other companies from America, Europe and all were trying to make money out of this. But Bharat did not wait. Immediately we supplied it free of cost to more than 30-40 countries in Africa and other places who were poor and undernourished. And we just gave it to them because they are also part of our own world family. If one country suffers, it is not that, we have to only protect ourselves. We have to protect ourselves, correct. But when it comes to health, when it comes to food, when it comes to security, we are always there. The United Nations has a peacekeeping force. India has always contributed. Our soldiers are there in so many countries trying to keep peace in those countries which are not able to protect their own people, the innocent people. So hence, this ethos is very important, and because of this ethos, and because in the last 1 decade, we have been able to work on our own Indian ethos, that we have become very close to, or almost we have become the most important nation in the world today. The whole world looks up to our country simply because we are following what our elders have always told us, that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, believe in Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, and believe in the fact that Atithi Devo Bhava. Truly practice this, and definitely and ultimately the win is ours. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is another very important feature of there is a Guru Shishya Parampara. In our culture, we have the Adi Guru, who ultimately Guru Mukhena Shikshanaha. That is, whatever knowledge you get, you must get it through a mentor. Today, in the modern day, people are talking about mentorship and all that. This has been very old custom. In fact, our entire dharma is based on that. We have Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, but they did not come and teach directly because it is not possible. Even they needed a guru. And that is why Dattatreya was created. Dattatreya is considered as the Adi Guru. So Dattatreya is the Adi Guru. After that, a lot of gurus were created. A lot of siddhas and all were created so that true knowledge can come through a guru. This is a very unique system, and this is very important that we learn about it. So how do we transit that into present day modern situation? You are going to go into the schools, right? But that doesn't mean that only in schools teachers are there. Every phase in life, you will get people who are guiding you. Hence, you must consider them as your mentor. And you must value their wisdom. Today, what happens is there will be a teacher who may not know everything that your Google knows or your Chat GPT knows or your mobile phone knows. So we feel that, I can get all the information through my mobile phone, my Chat GPT, my Google. But then one person who's there only for you, if you adopt one person as a mentor, as a guru, then what happens is whatever knowledge you get from that becomes your nectar. It is like, if you want food, you can go to the street and there will be so many, there will be restaurants, there will be some temple where they give free food, there will be a neighbor's house, there will be 101 different ways in which you can get your food. But the food that you get from your mother in your own home, which she has cooked very, very lovingly only for you, it becomes an amrit. It is a nectar. And that cannot be compared with any other food that you might get. So only getting food is different. Getting specially made food for you is different. And that is what a guru does. A guru gives you exact path. So hence, it is very important that we create mentors in our life. And early, right now, you are all in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. This is a perfect time that you find mentors who will actually help you in leading a life which is going to be glorious in the future. And whatever knowledge you get, keeping it has no meaning. It should be knowledge is a free-flowing river. A free-flowing river is something that gives life. The minute you convert that river into a pond, where water doesn't come in and water doesn't go out, the water gets spoiled and it becomes a dirty pond. Hence, it's very important that knowledge is free-flowing. So whatever guidance you get, you need to see that, you transfer it. So that way you will keep getting the best knowledge. And once you get knowledge, obviously we start feeling that, I am more powerful, I'm this, ahankara comes into us. So it's very important that you control that. You must have humility, and you must continue to have dedication. These are very important as a student. One is humility, second is dedication. What is humility, you might ask? Humility is being humble all the time. Being very humble. You might be the rank holders in your class. You might get very good marks in some subject. Another person may not get as good as that subject. That doesn't mean that, you feel, you are superior to that person. That person might be having other things. That person may be able to run faster than you. That person may be able to play, a game better than you. So each one has got their own advantages. Hence, it's very important that we remain humble and we remain dedicated. What is dedication? Dedication is being there to learn as much as possible all the time. To continue the journey deeper and deeper into gaining knowledge or achieving any goal that you have set. Hence, respecting Guru Shishya Parampara will give all this to us naturally. So hence, let us remember the Guru Shishya Parampara. So let us have a pledge for this uniqueness of our culture. So who is going to read this?
Sharu NS.
Pledge of Guru Shishya Parampara. I pledge to always respect my teachers and mentors, valuing their wisdom and guidance as a path to enlightenment. I will seek knowledge with humility and dedication, understanding that learning is a lifelong journey. I will share my knowledge selflessly, guiding others just as my teachers have guided me, upholding the sacred tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara. With this pledge, I commit to honoring education, mentorship, and the pursuit of wisdom. Thank you, sir.
Very good. So this sacred is a very important thing. So upholding the sacred tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara. All our traditions are sacred. You know why they are sacred? Because our gods have also followed it. It is not like, some God has come and told us, you do this, you do this, you do this. And if you do this, I will give you Swarga. If you do this, I will give you Naraka. No. Our Sanatana Dharma, our way tells us that whatever God has done, whatever humans can do, God has also done. When Sri Rama came in the form, when Lord Vishnu came in the form of Sri Rama did not perform any miracles. He could have just done miracles and killed Ravana and finished it off. No. What Sri Rama did was, Sri Rama also lived like us, normal humans, under all the limitations as humans that we have. He did not fly. He could have flown from Ayodhya, from wherever Panchavati to Lanka directly. He did not need a Maruti or anybody else. He could have directly gone and killed and got Sita, right? But those kind of miracles our gods have never done. That is not what Sanatana Dharma is. What it says is, within the limitations of being humans, we can still do great things as gods did. Hence, it is very important that we keep learning. Even Sri Rama, when he came as a child, he had to understand, learn the basics through Vishwamitra, the warfare from Vasishta, the idea of how to run a country. So through various teachers, gurus, he also went through. Hence, we must remember that our job is to find the right guru and learn the right skill. Right? Next. Another very important, again, there is no, this called seva. Seva has no alternate English word. Charity is not seva. Seva is seva. Even in English, they use seva. So, it's very, very, very unique to our culture that wherever you will find Indians, even today, you will see that there is some charity happening naturally. When suddenly all the whole society, everything, cities were closed down, whether in the entire Western world, in US and everywhere, in Australia, everywhere, suddenly all the temples and the gurudwaras of where our Indians were there, they were serving free food. Serving free food is an alien concept to the Western people. Whereas there is a most important concept in our society. Even now, today, you go to every village, you go to any village, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಠ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಊಟ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Any given time, nobody will actually go without food in our country. That is because seva is a natural thing. If an old person needs some help, immediately there will be somebody who will go. So the concept of seva hi paramo dharma is very unique. That is paramo dharma. We learned about dharma. Out of all the dharmas, seva is the highest dharma. Service is the highest duty. Again, see, in English it says service. No. Service is not equal to the word seva. Seva is a very high word. Right? So, you can do so many things. Anna dasoha. Anna dasoha is the seva, which was, told. Vidya dasoha. So, giving vidya is also kind of a seva to the society. So, these kind of dasoha, or the idea that Seva is the highest duty, have made our country what it is today. Whatever problems the world may face, whatever things that may happen, these ethos have survived us. More than 1,000 years of continuous invasion to our country and more than 200 years of continuous intellectual invasion by the Western powers. We still are living the way our elders lived more than 10, 20,000 years ago. I don't know how many of you know, ನಿಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಹೆಂಜೋದಾರೋ, ಹರಪ್ಪ ಮೊಹೆಂಜೋದಾರೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Right? You have heard about it. Now, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, similar to that, there are places like Rakhigiri and so many other places today where 17,000 to 18,000-year-old cities are being discovered. It is not one or two. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, initially people thought it is 5,000 years. Today it has gone up to 15 to 18,000 years. There are well-developed cities with material that is being now found. You still have Shiva Vigraha there, you still have Durga Vigrahas there, right? That means what? The way 15, 16, 17,000 years back our people lived, we are living the same. We are a continuous world's continuous living society. Hence, why it is based on? It is based on these kind of amazing concepts. So, seva hi paramo dharma. Let us take a pledge on seva. Wherever, it is not, serving only family, society. It is about the whole world. Because it is again connected to the previous pledge, that is, sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu. The world is one family. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. So, hence, seva is an important cord that connects all our ethos. Right? I will always extend a helping hand to those in need. That is such a beautiful thing. And once you start doing that, you will realize you are the most powerful person because you have in your mind the concept of seva. You will not feel that, inferior if you have to hold something, you go something, want to do something, want to sit and serve somebody, want to, do some kind of a menial work to as a benefit to the city. You will not feel small. You will actually feel nearer to God. Hence, seva is one thing that will take you nearer to the God. That is what has been told. So let us take a pledge for seva. Who's going to read this?
Bhavya Chitragi. Bhavya Chitragi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, say it.
Pledge of Seva. Seva hi paramo dharma. Service is the highest duty. I pledge to uphold the principle of Seva hi paramo dharma, understanding that selfless service is the highest form of duty. I will serve my family, society, and nation with compassion and dedication without seeking personal gain. I will always extend a helping hand to those in need, believing that true fulfillment lies in giving and uplifting others. With this pledge, I commit to making service a way of life, honoring the spirit of duty and selflessness.
Thank you. I hope you all have understood this concept of seva. Yeah. Next. Right. So this is an important practical pledge. Swadeshi. We all know what is Swadeshi. Self-reliance. If we have to become greater and greater as a country and as a society, then being self-reliant is very important. So let us today pledge that whatever it is, I will try to use maximum Swadeshi products which are designed by us, which are produced by us, which benefit our country and which do not harm our country's economy, especially economy which comes from China and other places where there is so much of material that comes. So let us say that we are going to be Swadeshi today. What it will make is, it will make our community very strong. It will make our economy very strong. And if our country and economy is very strong, obviously it is going to help us. So this is very important. So I request all of you kids to make a proper research on Swadeshi, and make a list of Swadeshi products. And I'm sure you will also be supplied with a lot of material on Swadeshi. I request Kiranji later to put in the group a lot of Swadeshi related articles and Swadeshi related practical applications. But today, let us pledge on Swadeshi. I'm sure this is very easy to understand. So let us just, whoever is the volunteer, you can read.
Geeta Tahsildar. Geeta Tahsildar. Can you read it?
Yep. Somebody else?
Amruta.
Pledge of Swadeshi and self-reliance. I pledge to support and promote indigenous products, valuing the craftsmanship and heritage of my nation. I will strive for self-reliance by developing my skills, knowledge and capabilities to contribute to a sustainable and strong Bharat. I'll make responsible choices that encourage sustainability, local development and economic independence for my community and country. With this pledge, I commit to living by the ideals of Swadeshi and self-sufficiency, strengthening my nation with pride and purpose.
Wonderful, wonderful. Any words that anybody has not followed here? I'm sure this is quite easy to understand, right? Next. Okay, so this is very important pledge. We all know that there is our country, unfortunately, after independence was divided based on language, and because of that, we have had lot of problem with language politics, and the bigger countries that always wanted to divide our country and keep us poor because we have to keep fighting among ourselves so that the Western countries could thrive. So that is one of the important criteria for economic also. Hence, this is used as one of the tools. And also a lot of political parties use language as a tool to gain their political control. So this is one of the most important and most unfortunate aspect of modern India. So with your generation, can we completely eradicate this malice? That Kannada and Marathi people are fighting, Kannada and Tamil people are fighting. It is so unfortunate, right? So let us take a pledge that because I don't know how many of you have done, so you can do a research on languages. We have more than 1,000 languages in our country, and many of them are dying fast. So very important that we respect all the languages, and every language is part of us. So the more languages we know, it is better. One of the most important reason why our people, that is Indians, when they go to US becomes very successful. The initial main reason was that we all were multilingual. So we all can speak minimum, already I'm sure all of us sitting here can minimum to all three we can learn. Minimum 4 languages many of us know. We all know Kannada now, we all know English, we all know Hindi. And if we are some local language, we'll also know that. Maybe Tulu, Konkani, Marathi, so many languages. So our right brain is very active when we use more languages. So left brain and right brain are very well developed when you know more languages. In fact, that is one of the most important reasons why Indian students perform so much better in America, especially. Because most of the Americans are single language. So it becomes very difficult for them to expand their horizon. That is right brain. Whereas for us, it is very easy. Same thing is with Chinese students. When they go to America, they perform well because even in China, they have a local language, they have a national Mandarin, and of course, they will know English when they go to US. So minimum 3 languages. And so is the case with most of the Asian societies. So we must understand that more the languages we know, there is more self-growth opportunity. But as far as we are concerned, for us, whether I know more, what is the harm in me knowing Tamil or Telugu or Hindi and Malayali? It's fine. I will improve my horizon. So let us pledge to unity based on languages, right? So somebody please read this out aloud.
Geeta Tahsildar.
Pledge for unity beyond language. I pledge to always uphold the unity and pride of my beyond Bharat. I will respect and appreciate all Indian languages as they are the soul of our diverse culture. I will never support or encourage division based on language, for we are all one nation, one family. I understand that being multilingual is a strength.
Multilingual. That is, I can speak more languages.
Multilingual is a strength that connects me with more people and opens doors to global success. I will learn and embrace multiple language with love and curiosity, knowing that every Indian language carries its own wisdom and beauty. I will spread harmony and respect for all cultures, ensuring that my words and actions promote unity, not division. With this pledge, I commit to standing for Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat, where languages bridge of connection, not a wall of separation. Thank you.
Great. Say that is, you have to remember, language is a bridge, not a wall. And the minute you think it's a wall, then you are in a well. And the minute you are in a well, you become frog in a well. So learn more languages. Never neglect your mother tongue. ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಮ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. You can't say, no, I can't speak Kannada and all that. ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಇರಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. You have to be good with English, you have to be good with Kannada, you have to be good with Hindi, you have to be good with every regional language. There is nothing wrong in it. In fact, that is what gives you power. You become more intelligent, you can understand more, or you can read more, you can, you become more knowledgeable. So please see that minimum 6 languages you will all be perfect with by the time you are 21. Make that as a pledge. When by the time I am 21, 1 foreign language and 5 Indian languages I will be perfect with. Check if you can do that. Foreign language is beyond English. So maybe you can take up 1 language which is foreign, maybe some French or some German or some Russian, Chinese, Japanese. You will not believe the kind of careers you can have. I have a friend who learned Japanese and is so perfect with Japanese, and that they learned Japanese they had a Japanese tutor when they were young as students. And that fellow is one of the most top guy. Most of the CEOs of Indian companies hire him when they go to Japan. Because he is very good with language conversion. So it is not that every time AI is going to help. AI is going to be there, but then humans are more important, and language is human communication, right? So please take care of languages. It's beyond your maths, it's beyond your science. Language comes first. So respect it, learn it nicely, learn to eloquently speak, learn to speak in a nice way, and that is half of your success depends on your language, right? Next. Yeah, again, one of the most important, because of this artificial division of our Indian states post-independence, what happened is the natural formation of Indian states over a period of thousands of years was demolished. Over a period of earlier time, the states were divided among the rivers, the kind of, that is geography. Geography dictated how a state should be. But because of this linguistic thing, a lot of changes happened, and there is a lot of distress in the society based on who will get share of water and who will build where dam and all that. So if you know, there is always a Kaveri Vivada in Karnataka. We have some fight with Tamil Nadu going on all the time. There is always a time fight between Tungabhadra River, Krishna River, and here Mahadai River with Goa. So always there are political fights going on. It is unfortunate. It is most unfortunate that we, the children of one Bharat Mata, are fighting over water. Who fights over water? Brothers don't fight over water. So let us now take a pledge that your generation will never fight over rivers. So this is very important. You have to understand that we are not a set of countries within our Bharat to fight over rivers. It is all one. And the minute we consider it as one and don't make it a political or ego issue, I think most of these problems can be solved. So hence, we should support the formation of unity over rivers, right? So let us take a pledge for this. Again, it is because we need Eka Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. It is one Bharat. Not every state is not independent of each other, right? So we must respect every river. We must respect that it is part of our Mother Earth and give that divinity rivers so much desire, right? So yeah, next. Who will read this?
Timaya Patil, can you read it?
Yeah, somebody fast.
Yeah, Timaya, you are unmute. You can read it now. I think she has some difficulty.
Yeah, it's okay. Next.
Sandhya Shetty.
Pledge for unity in river sharing. I pledge to respect and protect the sacred rivers of Bharat, knowing that they belong to all of us. I believe the rivers are the lifelines of our nation, not boundaries of division. I will never support disputes or conflicts over river waters, but instead promote harmony and faith. Sir, I can't see the screen, sir.
Pair sharing for the benefit of all.
No, sir, I can't see the screen, sir.
Okay. Kiranji, just check it.
Sir, visible. Now it's visible, sir.
Yeah. So third one you read. I will respect.
Yeah, I will respect every river as divine and a gift from Mother Earth, meant to nourish all living beings. I commit, sir. I think so. There is a technical issue, sir.
Okay. So I commit to using water wisely, conserving it for future generation, and ensuring that our rivers remain clean and pure. I understand that true progress comes from cooperation, and I will always stand for unity over division when it comes to the rivers of Bharat. With this pledge, I dedicate myself to the vision of Eka Bharat, Shrestha Bharat, where our rivers unite us in prosperity, peace, and shared responsibility. I want all of you to keep this slide, keep this image, and talk about it to everybody you meet. And also follow, as part of your current affairs, you must have been asked to read newspapers and all that. Do follow in newspapers. There's so many such issues are going on between various states. And in your lifetime, never support, any movement that is, contrary to the whole idea that all rivers are one, that belongs to one Bharat Mata, right? So language and river are uniting factors, they should become bridges, not walls. Please understand it, and whenever you get time, read about it and know more about it. Discuss this among your friends and family, right? Next. Similarly, and most important is environment. So we all talk about environment in various ways, right? So we all know about it as kids. I'm sure a lot of programs you must have attended in schools and other places. So let us take this particular pledge where it covers everything. This pledge covers everything that ultimately we are talking about, right? So, like we talk about recycling, we talk about upcycling, we talk about not using plastic. We talk about saving water, saving electricity. We talk about walking more and using more public transport. All of this is part of environmental protection. That is more of sustainable future for the future generation. So, in fact, all of this is personal. ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ ಎನಫ್. All of us cannot change the world. None of us can change the world. World will have its own order. But what we can do is we can change ourselves. We can change our behavior. We can avoid food wastage. We can avoid using plastic more. We can avoid do a lot of things. So individual change is very important. That honey kudidre halla anತಾರೆ. So one small drop at a time can become a big ocean ultimately. So when it comes to environmental protection, it should be us. I'm sure many of you must have participated in walkathons, and in school they must have asked you, I'll protect this, I'll not use plastic. All that is fine. But let us take this pledge, which is a collective pledge, right? So is there anyone who's going to read this? Yeah, please.
Geeta H. Geeta H.
I pledge to protect and care for us. I will respect nature and keep my surroundings clean. Reduce, reuse, and recycle to save resources. Upcycle old things into something useful. Say no to plastic and use eco-friendly alternatives. Save water and use it wisely. Save electricity by turning off lights and gadgets when not needed. Walk, cycle, or use public transport to reduce pollution. Plant more trees and protect green spaces. Care for animals and all living beings. I promise to do my best every day to make the earth a cleaner, greener, and happier place for all. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. I am sure ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. So if you start, imagine if you start at this age, when you are into your 12, 13, 14 years of age, and next 60, 70 years of your life, if you follow it, then imagine the impact you would have made. It's huge. So it's very important that you adopt it as a lifestyle, not as fashion. Any change happens when you have real lifestyle change, not as a fashion change. ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ 4 ದಿವಸ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. Adopt it as your own lifestyle. And looking at you, others, your friends should follow. Because your friends are doing, if you do, then you become a follower. But if you start doing it, then you become a trendsetter. So we all who have come to Samutkarsh, have participated in Shraddha Meda activities, we are the trendsetters. We have got something that others have not got. The kind of knowledge, the kind of exposure that you people have got over the last 4 or 5 months, others have not got. So it's your time to become trendsetters. Right? Next slide. Yeah, this is most important. Ultimately, all of this we have heard, right? We have heard Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. All this we have heard now. So this encompasses all that we have till now read and understood. Follow these basics for respect, care, and empathy. Then everything else will follow. Empathy to ourselves, empathy to society. So this, encompasses the all other pledges that we have taken till now, right? So somebody can read this clearly. Who's next?
Kimaya, can you read it?
So can I
Whoever
read?
can read.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pledge for respect, care, and empathy. I pledge to uphold the sacred values of my culture and live
Leave.
of Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. I will always respect, love, and care for my parents in their youth and in their old age, understanding their sacrifices that have shaped my life. I will honor and support my elders, learning from their wisdom and ensuring they are never neglected or lonely. I will respect my teachers and mentors, seeking knowledge with humility and gratitude. I will be kind or empathetic towards society, helping those in need, standing up for what is right, and always spreading positivity. I will welcome and respect every guest as a symbol of warmth and Indian hospitality. With this pledge, I commit to being a responsible, compassionate, and grateful human being, upholding the timeless values that make Bharat great. Thank you, sir.
Nice. So all of you, I'm sure, have understood this concept, right? So, for example, taking care of our parents should be natural. Today we see, unfortunately, many of the kids do not want to take care of their parents. They keep them alone. So, in old age, all parents need is us, our time, our care. Hence, we must take a pledge that whatever it is, whatever is the situation, my parents are my responsibility, just like I am their responsibility today. Just like I look up to my parents for everything. Remember, in a day, for everything you look up to your parents. So same thing after maybe 20 years, 25 years, your parents will start looking up to you for that. It is time to give back, and it is one of the most important Indian ethos. Right? So we are not a Western society where we just leave home when you are 18. Parents take care of us for everything, our education, our everything our parents take care. So taking care of parents is a natural thing. You should create that whole idea that, it is nothing to be compromised about. It is as natural as it comes, right? So let us today take a pledge that, whatever it is, my parents are my responsibility. I will love to serve them, and I will not even feel that it is some kind of a job. It is natural. It is a matter of joy, right? So let it be very clear into your minds. Next. Right? So here we have tried to cover the whole aspect of Indian ethos. Now, why we are doing it in the form of a pledge is because, as I said, Sankalpa in the Siddhi. Now, we have so many inspirational stories. It is not that, these are just words. We have, for example, a story of Shravana Kumara. I don't know how many of you have heard, but it's a history of our country where